Hello, everybody. My name is Samuel Brown, and this is my story of a lifelong learner. I was born in Flagstaff, Arizona, but only lived there for a couple months before my family and I moved to my mom's hometown in Thatcher, Arizona. But I've spent majority of my life in Marana, Arizona. I attended Marana Middle School and Marana High School. I graduated from Marana High School in 2023 with a GPA of 4.25. In my time at Marana High School, I played football, basketball, and volleyball. Some very impactful things that happened in my life before attending U of A was I grew up in a military household. My stepdad was military. His idea of things were you need to do it at this time and this way. I believe that's helped my academics immensely because now I view it as I need to get this assignment done at this time, and the rubric says I need to do it this way. Another thing that's impacted me is playing on 3 sports teams while in high school. I believe that's helped me manage my time because playing on 3 sports teams and doing academics isn't easy, but it's also helped me be more open-minded. You know, when you're on a team, you have to communicate. You have to understand why someone did what they did because you wouldn't do that. You know, we all have the same end goal, but we're not going to get there if we don't communicate. And I think that's something that I've taken with me from playing high school sports and playing 3 different sports that are all played differently. But the main thing is if you communicate, you usually end up doing better than you would without communicating. Where am I now? I'm a freshman here at the U of A. I've just finished my first semester. I'll be majoring in biochemistry. I'm currently working and going to school. Working and going to school has been a pretty easy transition in my opinion. From going from 3 sports in high school while doing school to working and doing school is kind of the same thing, not really, but it's been an easy transition. I've been lucky enough this year to have aced almost every test I've taken. I wouldn't say this is because of my study skills. I would say this because I'm engaged in class, I participate, and I ask questions then. But one thing I want to improve on is my study skills. I feel when I have to study on my own, I just don't do it. And I lack it big time. A resource I want to use is I want to go to the library. I feel like when I go to the library, I'll be obligated to study. I'll kind of trick myself into thinking, all right, you're here, you need to study. I want to use the whiteboards. I want to write down my thoughts. I want to see what I'm thinking. Another thing I need to improve on is the projects I turn in. I feel it's not that I'm not reading the rubric. I think it's more the content. It's more is my readers, whoever's looking at it, are they engaged? I need to understand it's not just for my professor, for my peers, for me later down the road. I have to understand that I need my reader engaged. I can just put something out there and say, boom, I hit every criteria. But if I focus on the reader, how am I going to get them engaged? Some experiences I've had this, first semesters, I've learned quickly that you're one of many students. So office hours are important. You get that one-on-one time with your teacher, get to ask those questions. Emailing, just email. If you have a question, email. They'll get back to you. I've learned to, let your teacher get a name in their head. Sometimes they'll get a name, a name and a face together. Sometimes they'll just get a name. But, ask questions. Go to office hours. As it comes to perspective, I feel like I'm a social scientist. I'm kind of straightforward. This is how it is. This is how it's going to be. I want to be more of an artist. I want to think more like an artist. I think growing up in a military household, that's why I think like a social scientist, kind of just straightforward. This is how it's going to be. This is life. This is what, it's made up of. But I think one thing I want to, improve on is thinking more open-minded, more fun, more what ifs or what could be instead of just this is how it is. And those are, kind of the 2 perspectives I am, I'm very strong in one and one I lack a lot. And yeah. Where do I see myself going? In the next 4 years, where do I see myself going? In the next 4 years, I see myself graduating with my bachelor's in biochemistry here from the U of A. And what I hope, kind of a milestone goal is I hope to maintain a 3.5 GPA all throughout college, to maintain my Wildcat, tuition scholarship. I hope I'll be starting dental school, and in hopes of doing it through military. My dentist did it through military. He said helps you avoid a lot of dental school debt. And then the end goal is I want to be a dentist with my own practice. I understand that as a young dentist, you're not going to have your own practice right away. You're going to have to work with another dentist, but by the end, I want to have my own practice. As I think back to my Wonder Journal, I'm big on first. You know, who's the first to do this? Who's the first to do that? And lately, I've been first on like who's the first musician? How do they come up with like, all right, this and this will sound good together, and they'll make a great song. And recently, my niece has started to learn how to play the piano, and my mom's been teaching her. My mom knows how to play the piano. That's one thing I've kind of wanted to, you know, get to. You know, I'm not a good singer, so I can't have that. I'm not very musically inclined, but I think piano is, you know, one of the cooler instruments that you could play, and that's it's kind of what I look back when I see my Wonder Journal. I'm big on, you know, the first or what's gonna be, you know, but the first musician is kind of what's been in my head lately. It's, you know, how did he make the song, or how did she make the song? As far as, you know, my overall milestones go, I obviously want to graduate and go to dental school, graduate there, you know, become a dentist, and then it's steps. And then as I become a dentist, I hopefully open my own practice, and then I hope by the time, you know, I'm 50 or something, I know how to play the piano for my grandkids or my kids, or, you know, just a cool little party trick to have. Thanks for watching. Here's my image sources, all the little images you guys saw on the slides. These are where they came from. And thanks again for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my story of a lifelong learner.